It's exactly 7 o'clock now, the time for my studio clock. Good morning and welcome to a special edition of the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Today now Wednesday, May 8th, 2019. We were the British special edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today inside this special program, Radio Democracy, the Blink Zona, where they ask after 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone don't go before or they go behind.
Well, this and plenty voices then they side for you now the program. I want to appreciate me guest them. They kaya exactly 7 o'clock as planned, and we want to say kudos to una for una come. I'm going to introduce the guest and to una, but first let me just go to Princess Piers for Radio Democracy National News.
The Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. This na Salone and some international news, but first the main points them inside the news. President Julius Maada Bio say for reduce overcrowding at school them, governments they can build new classroom them na urban area school them and self go tap the two-shift school system. The public relations officer na the Salone Bar Association, Tijan Israel Jadon say na illegal method the Minister of Lands can use for take back government's land them from people.
What in the minister they do, he has to have a court order for discharging his duty or carrying out his function. We believe he's doing it in an illegal manner.
And Magistrate Mageba na the Pademba Road Magistrate Court number 2 don't send one 18-year-old Mohamed Lamin Kamara on remand because police allege say a jog one woman in phone and other property them will cost over 1 million loans. That's not be the main points them. Now for the full news with Princess Piers. The public relations officer for the Salone Muslim Congress, Sheikh Ali Khalido, encouraged Muslim them for observe this holy month of Ramadan the right way.
Fasting in the month of Ramadan. When you look at them, anything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained, say, when I do them, not for in when I do them, not for when I self. We need taqwa. Alcohol, haram, adultery, fornication. Majority of the Muslims avoid it. Corruption. What do we achieve during this month of Ramadan is not different from waiting the before and after Ramadan. It will improve after Ramadan, will intensify after Ramadan. You avoid gossiping. So if you maintain this at the end of the day, you get to be a good person.
Sheikh Ali Kale talk this in our interview with Radio Democracy, where if they talk about the fasting where Muslim them all over the world they observe right now as part of the 5 pillars of Islam. He continues say this na time where the Muslim them for they do good and live holy life, where he say go make them get more blessing. The impressed administrator na the European Union delegation at Salone, Jamila Tustoba don't say EU don't go give equipment them will cost 810,000 euro. So the Ministry of Agriculture for affects the fall army worm, where is taking the soybeans and maize plants them.
With total money we EU give for Feds for Lamy now about 810,000 euros. We include, purchasing of pheromone traps, trips to Brazil and other African countries, and so that we ministry people and go understand how for Feds for Lamy. So we can hand over some IT and communications equipment to the Ministry of Agriculture for Feds, what we call the fall army worm, because from 2016 in the EU we don't see we get this emergency of this fall army worm where they affects crops them, especially maize, and also the staple food rice in Salone.
Jamila Tustoba talk this now under the EU boosting agriculture and food security project, where he said they cover the 15 districts them in the country inside the next 4 years. He continues say all this now because they know the CC over the past year them the fall army worm be done the poor people a rest and maize plantation. And Madam Stoba say this support to the Ministry of Agriculture gets for continue for cashew, cocoa and coffee production. The public relations officer na the Salone Bar Association, Tijan Israel Jadon say na illegal method the Minister of Lands can use for take back government's land them where people be done they use.
In the way and manner the minister the discharging function, it gets the potential for incite ill affection and ill will towards the government. So we believe as Bar Association say, what in the minister they do, he has to have a court order for discharging his duty or carrying out his function. We believe he's doing it in an illegal manner.
Tijan Israel just say the Salone Bar Association don't get plenty complaint from people where they allege say the Minister of Lands not the handle their land issue them here the right way. Usa is say the association believes in a court order them for use for people come out in states or any other land. So he say that that's make the Salone Bar Association the right to the ministry for make the ministry know say law day where they for fall for people where get land them and some of them cannot develop. Because he say if this continue, it go and bog the country in peace where land could scarce go plenty pass away there now. The President Julius Maada Biodun say for reduce overcrowding at school them, governments they can build new classroom them na urban area school them and self go make the two-shift school system tap.
Our government will construct new classroom blocks in urban towns to reduce congestion in schools and eventually eliminate the two-shift system in the next few years. We will continue to pursue the policy of one administrative section, one primary school, one electoral ward, one junior secondary school, and one electoral constituency, one junior secondary school.
President Bill talk this na in state opening speech na parliament this being time. Usa he say this na for make the free quality education work proper one. He continue say in government don't say so pay about 5.6 billion loans for 15,000 students them we apply na all tertiary institution them across the country. And President Bill say but 256 Salone students them they benefit now from different international scholarship them and say government don't complete negotiation process for build the Center of Excellence for Information Communication Technology Education na Bond Island where all this is say na for improve the standard of education na the country. Magistrate Mark Geba na the Panemba Road Magistrate Court number 2 don't send one 18-year-old Mohamed Lamin Kamara on remand na the Male Correctional Center because police allege say inside April this year na Wilkinson Road na Freetongue e been jog one Suzanne Mansare phone and other property them will cost over 1 million loans. The accused be appear for the second term for answer to larceny, contrary to Section 2 of the Larceny Act of 1916. According to the victim, Suzanne Mansare say he been dey waka with him paddy where the accused Mohamed Lamin Kamara been slap am and jog him phone. He say na one Okada man been run after am wey make the able carry am go na police. For sake of that, Magistrate Mark Geba been send the accused on remand so May 16 this year where the case go come up na courts. The police prosecutor for this case na PC Abdul Taib Ba 12079. You dey listen to news where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Now na time for news but other country them. According to BBC reports, 5 people them don't die and plenty one serious one na Pakistan after one explosion will be outside one major Sufi Muslim shrine, when na one of the oldest Muslim shrine in South Asia. These incidents be the 10 Muslim them na Pakistan, but they observe the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. According to authority them say, the one them we do this be attack the police vehicle, but be hit the shrine. And according to reports, the United Nations Right Chief, Michelle Bachelet, don't warn the Cameroon government for try tap violence on other bad thing them, where security them they do in that country day. As he say, this go among the country in peace and also not the send good message to the world but Cameroon, where this is say go make people afraid for go na the country. For done the news, the main points them back. President Julius Maada Biodun say for reduce overcrowding at school them, governments they can build new classroom them na urban area school them and self go tap the two-shift school system. The public relations officer na the Salone Bar Association, Tijan Israel Jadon say na illegal method the Minister of Lands use for take back government's land them from people. And Magistrate Mark Geba na the Pademba Road Magistrate Court number 2 don't send one 18-year-old Mohamed Lamin Kamara on remand because police allege say a jog one woman in phone and other property them will cost over 1 million loans. That's na Salone and some international news. Welcome to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM with Princess Pierce.
All right, well, this program, a special program of Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to Princess Pierce for the news. Well, inside the program this morning, as we tell Una, after 20 years of multi-party democracy, Salone they go before or they go behind. Well, at the program this morning, we want to welcome we guest them, we they can help we talk about this, and also the voice of Sierra Leoneans and other people who talk to na the program. The first person I want to introduce this morning na Joabas Bangura, in a social commentator and motivational leader. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Asma. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
All right. Well, my next guest na Andrew Lavalley, na the head of IGI Institute for Governance Reform. Good morning, Mr. Lavalley, and welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning.
And we expect forget Madam Valnonga Edwin at the program this morning. Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM, where they look at Salone democracy and also the country if you don't go behind or if they go before. Well, the program now Good Morning Salone, and they come to you from 98.1 FM.
And as usual, and not forget to yourself where they listen to the program or they watch you live na the Radio Democracy Facebook page on our YouTube. When I get the opportunity for be part of the conversation this morning again, as soon as I go send on a message and make on your own comments regarding the topic we will look at na the program this morning. Well, as we ask the question after 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone they go before or they go behind. We're the first going at the University of Salone, also Dr. Habib Sise, when one senior lecturer na the Department of Political Science, say in belief say Salone no go before after 20 years of multi-party democracy. Let me listen to the interview with Alex Lawrence Kromado with him.
From my point of view, Sierra Leone no go before. You no go behind, you no go before, and there's no progress. I don't know how you could put that in a Creole. There has been no progress, very minimal progress. I say so, if you come out overseas, you come. You see the buildings. We say people then live in a Panemba Road at the west end of Freetown. And you go to the east, Mountain Court area, you go sorry for yourself. If you go up the regions, and the south may come out, you see the feeder roads, you see the communities where people then live, you go sorry for yourself. Not until SFPP take office, before the main thoroughfare with the link Sierra Leone and Liberia via Coribondo, they even begin pave that road there. So how I go say we will go before? If I talk that, I'd lie for anybody. And I will lie by myself. I have never deceived myself. If you watch the streets in Freetown, they have never been paved. Wakan House, Sakila Road, and see the streets, R Street, Prince Street, you name it, Main Street, they are all in a very bad situation. We started to call Samba Corner around PWD, where rain comes. Samba Quarter. You go sorry for yourself. So Sierra Leone no go before. However, our situation today is a historical process. The thing will be not begin since 1462 when Pedro de Central, that Portuguese man, be anchored in ship for get fresh water. From that moment day to today, we have been in the orbit of the Western world. The capitalist world economy has dictated what happens to us in Africa. If you look at Africa with 54 countries today, each and every country get enormous resources, both minerals and agricultural resources. But if you look among Africans, we are the poorest. We are bank poor. Why? Sierra Leone is a microcosm of Africa. We have the same facilities, enormous mineral resources, diamond, gold, bauxite, ilmenite, zircon, coltan, you name it, we have it here, even though we don't discover crude oil. We also have cocoa, coffee, ginger, cassava in our country, but yet we are so poor, our youths are moribund. Our youths do not have jobs. Even those who have attempted to receive degrees are unemployed. It's a pathetic situation. How did we come to this? This is what Abiodun Alao called the tragedy of endowment. We have enormous resources, and yet we experience such vicious poverty. Foreigners who are non-Sierra Leoneans and non-Africans are the chief beneficiaries of what we get today. How did that come about? We found ourselves in this situation on three reasons. One, colonial rule and new colonialism after independence. The British colonized us through the Berlin Congress of 1884 to 1885 towards the end of the 19th century. Sierra Leone found itself within the imperial interest of Great Britain. We were colonized since the Berlin Congress. Europeans don't want fight over themselves. They want fight. They say, let will not fight. Let will meet. Let will divide the people here and the continent of Africa. The continent will not belong to them. They divided it among themselves. The balkanization of Africa commenced at the end or during the 1884 and 1885 Congress. It was Otto von Bismarck, the German chancellor, who chaired that convention. At the end of it, Africa was divided among imperial powers, Britain, France, Germany, Belgium, you name it, Spain. They all took partitions of Africa. Sierra Leone found itself, Sierra Leone among Gambia, Gold Coast, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanganyika, Northern Rhodesia, Southern Rhodesia, South Africa. We all found ourselves within the ambit of Britain. What can we do? They have superior soldiers. As I said, colonial rule and neo-colonialism partially contributes to what we get today. How did that happen? Even after independence, our mineral resources were mined by multinational corporations that were organized by joint stock companies. Companies where Sierra Leoneans are not owned. Companies where the owners, whenever they get equity, were those who were part, who were citizens of countries that were militarily strong, diplomatically powerful, and wealthy, were not able to change any aspect of our life. And they left out their regime, their economic system, their banks, their insurance companies, their vehicles, their way of life, their culture, their values, their beliefs and assumptions. We all became part of it. The second reason why we found ourselves here is because of lack of selfless political leadership. We don't get in political leadership where we're able to galvanize with wealth for satisfy or for the benefit of Sierra Leoneans. No political will, and we do not have strong political institutions. If we can get them where we get self-led political leadership, strong political will, and above all, we get strong institutions we adhere to. Kijimina go transfer today. Panema Road go transfer today. Then houses, then wooden houses, Victorian models, they see them, then they patch them with all kind of things. It's shameful for come overseas, can't see our country. The third reason why we turn so, because of massive, unbridled corruption within all levels of government. Then corrupt practices here. They siphon money for education, for health, for roads, for highways, for bridges, and feeder roads, and even for construction of dwelling facilities. Then why all don't contribute for make we stand still.
Well, that's now Dr. Habib Sise, when I one senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science, be they talk to Alex Lawrence Kuroma about waiting a thing about the question we be the ask today after 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone don't go before or they go behind.
All right, the time from studio clock this morning at 90 minutes after 7, and we been tell people and say today in a special program where they start at 7 this morning at the program. As I don't introduce we studio guests them earlier on, I will introduce them again at the program, as we can look at Salone democracy and look at the country as a whole. Well, at the studios again, I want to welcome Joe Abbas Bangura, in a social commentator and motivational leader, and also Andrew Lavalley from IGR. We expect Forget Valnora Edwin. We also can help with for talk about this topic this morning. Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. You can go navigate the Democracy Facebook page and watch me live. Also listen we on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and you can send your comments to the number 077 981 981. Well, all this now with support from Osiwa and AfriCell. The program now Good Morning Salone. Well, I come over to the studio guest them. I start with you, Mr. Andrew Lavalley. Don't they work all in life in governance? And don't they do serious research them? We get different issue on different issue them, and you get vast knowledge in democracy. Well, 20 years of multi-party democracy. Waiting Salone, will they go before or will they come behind? 2 minutes, Mr. Lavalley.
Thank you very much, Asma, and good morning, listeners. I think the best person for ask that question is President Bio. because 23 years ago now he hand over power, and after that the SLPP don't rule for 10 years, APC don't rule for 10 years. So I think say it's good now, the topic really timely, because it's good now for let's alone evaluate and let's see how we're able to move forward. Whether this system here will get, if it's Mendeman, if it's Timniman, if it's Locoman, whether this they put you before, or whether we need to adopt something new we go work for we. I think say this not the most timely topic at all time for let we actually see who's how they make progress, who's how they go wrong, and how would they sit down together and fix them.
All right, you don't reach 2 minutes, but I go manage that day. I come over to we other studio guest, Joabas Bangura, on the same topic. Who's how we dey with we Salone democracy, progress or we dey be?
I think we don't make progress. You get two kind of people in the world. People, you get the one set where they always see the glass say half empty, and see the people they see the glass half full. Normally, what they happen, the people who they see the glass half empty are weakened. They don't give up. The energy for start for build low. The person who they see the glass half full, they look at them from a positive point of view in terms of what we can do to fix. I could go back and tell you 23 years ago, 20 years ago when we run through this process to get to force elections. I voted in most of the elections, in all of the elections from that time day, given me age. Things have changed, things have progressed. Are we where we want to be? No. I can look at the roads, and you know, so I want to give joint credit to SLPP, the government, and all we rule with for those past 20 years. Credit to them. Now, the level of light we I don't see over the last 12, 18 months before the elections and now, I don't remember I was staying in my life where I see them that light today, what I experience from the 10 day where they go I go for the go sleep na IPAM na net because now they normal light today. Wellington, forget about it. It was dead. So if you go back to the internet, if I count all those points, I will tell you we've made progress. I look at the roads infrastructure jointly by the two governments, them even though not just 1 year SLPP done there for, or take the SLPP government who have been done there in the first 10 years, with them in the first round. A lot has changed in terms of infrastructure. Somebody they talk this, somebody roads then we well. You know they talk about the roads then we make. You know they talk about the road up regent. We don't save half of our life in terms of what we've been they spend for traverse the city for make we go upline. Roads all over the place. So progress has been made. We're not yet where we want to be, but progress has been made. Talk about institutions. So the ability for you to just appreciate first, I think it's a beautiful thing. Just appreciate where we are. That progress has been made. Credit has to be given to both SLPP and APC, and that's where is the best place to start from.
All right. 2 minutes into the time of the topic.
I think I get more time, eh?
Your time you don't pass, but we'll allow you.
Okay, no, I just want to talk something. I think say about something, talk things that were really beautiful. We just see the peace reports come out, which shows say Sierra Leone is the most peaceful country in West Africa. We actually need for celebrate. People in feel say we always they kill one another, we defect one another. But Boku country and they admire Salone. So I think say that is something we really worthy of special notice. When you watch the Nkrumah administration, they can talk say President Nkrumah's biggest legacy in infrastructure, but when you look at institutions back, like for example the land policy where he left. In fact, even SLPP cite him in the manifesto, say we go implement the land policy. So you see say there is some sense of progress where they be. Now we talk about national cohesion. We'll get draw about the national cohesion and how we for implement them, how we for even get a national dialogue. But for the mere fact that we talk say now, let we begin to talk waiting they go wrong and how they fix them. I think say that one day is really phenomenal.
All right, we can talk about that inside the program, as you already don't mention. Sierra Leone at least remain one of the most peaceful country in West Africa. But let we look at when are the progress them. When to talk about progress, where Jomo talk about progress where the country don't make. Waiting at some of them progress there, so we think say the country don't make.
We can stretch them. We can stretch each and every one of this. And again, the more time we take, you know, like we says, count your blessings, name them one by one. It doesn't do good to Sierra Leoneans if any tendency talk about Salone. Now, only the things that will not work, that's what we talk about. It doesn't do good to us, even in with spirit. And again, we would talk during the course of the program, waiting at the fundamental reason for this. We want for able for just criticize and undermine the other person, so that we can build our own standing. So it's at the crux. But again, let's list them back, one after the other. Now, talk about free quality education. Because we did talk about, you want for beginning up to now. Up to now, 1 second ago. Add all them things then there. That's why I said, just go back the first election, 1996. What have been the basis for the election in there? Almost fair to win the power. Almost blockade and every other things where we may just pray God, yeah, if not the Fed, let the Fed just done. Let every other thing, elect nothing else not happen. Elect road not, elect water not, let the Fed just done. Are we fighting today? No, we're not. They say we're one of the peaceful. Look at all the institutions then we pack about settle, and look at the way now the institutions then they build up on out today. You look at America, it's about almost years they take for build America. They're celebrating almost 100 years, 200 and something years of them independence. We the top of 58. So it took them 200 and something years to get to side and this. So we ability for us to say every block where we lay today, building on what we have already, is getting us to where we're supposed to go. So in as much as we would look at the things that are not working, our ability to be able to say light is better off, the roads are better off, the quality of education don't go down big time from the time they will be in the go school. But with what is now being ignited with President Bio and free quality education, you want for us to say there's hope for make progress be made in that direction. But really, if we're ready for count, I could count, believe me, ask me, I would take 30 minutes and I'll analyze. I live my life in a salon. I live, I'm 52 years of age. So that means I don't see a bit of the old bit. I see where training last days. I see training last days then. And I know how my life been like the quality of life, that and the quality of life now. Granted that me don't advance, I don't grow up in a society, so that maybe in a different strata are there now. But generally, we have made some progress.
All right, plenty thank you, Abbas Bangura. We will come back to you. Let's just ask the same question to, and we'll evaluate come out now the Institute for Governance Reform. You don't listen to it in Mr. Bangura just don't say, but some of the progress them we in things say Salone don't make the past 20 years. Now you on side, waiting at the progress them where the country don't make so far.
I go show one, and I believe say this not something we can bluff with. The world, we don't change two governments. We don't change, SLPP don't come, APC don't come. We actually team up in a line, we go vote. With minimal bloodshed, people in Kintalk say, we get electoral violence. Every day we talk about electoral violence. But when they talk about the 95% peaceful election we get. So I can say thanks to former President Nkrumah. I can say thanks to Beroa. It takes courage for lady in power. They say they don't vote against your party. You left that power there. So I think say when you watch election, if you watch Kenya, you watch Nigeria, where election can be just like say na war. So inside Salone, yes, we can get a big green, but I think say the change we don't take place and the peaceful transfer of power. Now something we for celebrate. I not think say inside Salone, Team Niman hates Mendeman, Mendeman hates Team Niman. The level of tolerance who would they get? In fact, when somebody they try say for take and say you want to take the country in one region, one direction, all man they vex by you. So I think say we don't they institutionalize some consciousness say we for be one nation. And this goes it speak back to the way we do the colonial investment. They look like both school. I would have loved to go to both school. If you that one school where almost everybody, if you go to one chiefdom, everybody did it. You get an alumni from both school. Where you go for Rubek College, if you go to Rubek College, almost every chiefdom you get an alumni of Rubek College because all the can one place now they would go and they would interact with one another. So that sense of unity within inside Salone, at any time when somebody talks, say they tamper with them. We all the vex by that person there.
All right.
The way we would do intermarriages, like of course, when I need to talk about that, I can always talk about that.
Yes, say married to me anyway. All right, so we're done with two studio guests, them, Andrew and also Joe. We did talk about Salone democracy 20 years after, if the country actually the progress. But we get other issues them where they on now. We can look for the tit for tat. But let me go to other voices where we try to talk to inside the program. Good morning, Salone.
Well, we continue to look at the topic, and we all know say inside the past 20 years, the two major parties that we don't rule Salone are the APC and the SLPP. Let me start now to the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP, but this topic where we can go to them for let themselves tell we waiting and think Salone don't go before or they go behind inside the past 20 year multi-party democracy where the country don't practice. Well, Elizabeth Campbell talked to the national chairman and leader for the Sierra Leone People's Party, when Dr. Prince Alex Harding. And according to Ram, he believes say the country, although challenging, we don't go before small. Let me listen to the interview where Elizabeth Campbell do with them.
Definitely, it don't go before for a variety of reasons. One major aspect is we don't change governance from one democratically elected government to another one, and also from another one to another one, which is a big leap in democracy. For say with democracy not get problems, they get them. I know we say it teething stage, but it improve. And once it improve, you get starting to situation where they will call, we will give a semblance that we are in this area. No, but we are doing well. Because normally we not be they change governance or government by elections all the time. It has stalemate day from the 1960 when the army came in. Later on they gave it to Shaka Stevie. Later on again, the APC take over. They not give power of 24 years until the army can't take over. Then there can be elections. Since we don't introduce now real democracy from 2007, APC take over from SLPP through the ballot box. They will say SLPP say don't take over from APC. I think that's the beginning. How do we maintain now this democracy? By general interpretation. Because it's not just by winning elections now. First of all, how do you bring in the democratic institutions? Not to just vote in NCDH, our National Commission for Democracy and Human Rights, not to them one and no more. Financial institutions, whether the NACID, the NRA, and others where they buttress the democracy. All the things will be strong, the judiciary will be strong, the legislature and the parliament will be strong. There are a lot of facets about it. How do we really go and know how some people they will make comment, which was very uncomplimentary? Do we respect our institutions like the judiciary, the parliament, now of course the executive arm? Because everything acceptability. Now that are the thing. Then when you lose power, do you want to play the leadership role still? If the answer is yes or no, or whatever happens, accept that you lost power. Then there are certain things that we for no say. Today, now they lead, now they take decision. Now you will take decision in collaboration. If that happen, you see, the self-realization. Now we as politicians for no, we as SAPP, we lost power. We knew exactly we don't lose power. They would start down and try to do exactly what an opposition would do. We say we can protest, we will protest, but we say we want to work together. Decisions they wouldn't take, for example, like what happened in Kenneman, the two constituencies they now pleasantly. Who they take over? They say somebody don't make petition, the election day, they say that person not for contest, but the other one for contest. Okay, they might not contest, but ballot paper they don't print. People they vote for it. They go about 90-something% of the vote. The other man get less than 10%. Okay, the decision was made that the man will get right for contest. We agree. So that can cause grievance. Similarly with the other one. But we as SAPP, we accept that. We say that the court don't take decision. We not take and say politically. So what's happening now today? We have to realize that the judiciary, however we interpret it, they get a semblance of independence.
Well, that's now the chairman and leader for the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, Dr. Prince Hardin, been a talk now the interview with Elizabeth Campbell, but waiting the SLPP think so far about Salone done the practice multi-party democracy inside the past 20 years. Well, also we go now the All People's Congress, APC Party, and SEF, the Coalition for Change Party. Osai Mange Mansares been first talk to Osman Fode Yansane, we na the Secretary General for the All People's Congress, APC Party.
I am Ambassador Alhaji Usman Fode Yansane. I'm the National Secretary General of the All People's Congress, APC. Country suffer under 4 years of military rule after the ouster of the APC in 1992. Another 11 years, including the military rule, 2002, under President Kaba. From 2002, we continue the democratic process. President Kaba win the 1996 election after the military reluctantly hand over power to her. We in the APC served as an opposition and constructively contributed, even though after the 1996 elections we had only 5 members of parliament. We effectively participate and constructively for strengthening the democracy where we don't start with the introduction of the 1991 multi-party pluralist constitution, the 1991 constitution. The NPRC make an attempt for change the constitution and bring a new constitution, then fail, because our constitution was the product of the people's intentions for a change from one-party rule to multi-party rule. So 20 years down the lane, I think President Kaba can give a human face to the SLPP by being accommodated dissent, and we believe, say, in the process, we'll be able to push the democratic transformation of the country forward. We in the APC have always played an effective role, whether in opposition or in governance. Whatever development we the country, now APC do in terms of infrastructure, in terms of institutional building, now we. So if after the previous 10 years of Dr. Anes Bai Koroma in rule, the people are asked, even if it is in a referendum, I think they get a very good grade. The people have started complaining that we've been there under Dr. Anes Bai Koroma, things were better. And also, when they talk about 20 years from now, President Kaba served for 11 years. President Koroma served for 10 years, and 21 good years. I think the country been done come out from darkness. And if we believe, say, government continuum, the 1 year will be done go so, not for waste time by witch hunting, not for waste time by trying to demonize the opposition. Now for come and start the work, going ahead. But it is not what this present government they do. We believe, say, if they want national cohesion, it is not to make Ambassador Yansane a minister. No, but to make Ambassador Yansane participate effectively in the governance machinery as an opposition. If I give views way contrary to that of the government, they're not for Kermigona, CID or anti-corruption. Then for say yes, you don't say this, but you are wrong, rather than for intimidate you. We believe, say, a lot of good things will come out of this continuum from President Kaba. We would have arrested a lot of Kaba men, but we said, let's forget about it. Let us go ahead. And that is what President Nkrumah did. And that is why the people appreciate him all over the country. He is still popular. And the only president where after he don't left power, the people still appreciate him.
Tamba Sandy, National Chairman, Coalition for Change Party, C4C. Well, generally I would say some amount of progress don't take place from within the last 20 years. I will start with the era of the late President Ahmed Tijan Kaba, of blessed memory. Just after the war, we see the tremendous efforts we make. We try for do the infrastructure in the country because the war will not destroy all the hospitals, the schools, you name it. So during the era, we try for rebuilding things and they through the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, NACSA, etc., etc. So he did tremendously well. He not only left pandemic structures and he also built institutions. We up to now they serve the people of Sierra Leone, e.g., NACIT, anti-corruption. They all serve the people of Sierra Leone today. Leaving President Kaba in era, we come to that of former President Anes Bai Koroma. During the era, he prioritized infrastructure. And today, the connectivity in Sierra Leone is not improved remarkably. We think of terrible roads like Kailam, where they take 3 days for Gode. Think of that of Kono, and think of other parts of the country. Each district headquarter town is paved, at least solar lights, water supply in some of these towns. I think that tremendous progress was made. We're not going to say nothing happened within the 20 years. Then don't build the foundation upon which would they expect the current government to just build on top. We're not going to lie with people then. The country is really, really deeply divided. It's really, really divided. And if we not come together as a people, all them gains that they don't make in the past will be reversed. We know they pray for that. So with the young, that president now will take the initiative because the ball is in court. We don't get the mandate for 5 years, whether you like it or not. He's the president of Sierra Leone. And a responsibility for make sure that there is peace and tranquility in Sierra Leone. Because if there is no semblance of peace and tranquility in Sierra Leone, investors no go come, nothing no go happen. The country will go behind. And we know the wish for that.
Well, that's not Samba Sandy. We're not the national chairman for the Coalition for Change. And earlier you've been listening to Ambassador Osman Fode Yansane, we're not the Secretary General for the APC. And then Seth been the talk about the question what they asked today after 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone don't go bien, or if Salone don't go before, or if they go bien.
Right, the time from we studio clock this morning at 7:41, and one for welcome Valnoya Edwin in the program after some very long time. I think after 1 year we not get him now, and he'll be one-time head of campaign for good governance. He also gets vast knowledge in governance and democracy issues. Well, I be don't ask the guest the two guests earlier on the topic for talk about the topic 20 years of Salone multi-party democracy. If the country don't progress or it go beyond. Well, I give yourself 2 minutes for discuss that.
Thank you, and good morning, listeners. I think I want for quote Kofi Annan in one of the very many excellent speeches that we make, where he say democracy na a continuous process, and it depends on how una way they practice and decide for push them forward. You not get any country in the world we get 100% democracy, even countries that we don't practice over 150 to 200 years. Then still they get challenged. It's just an ideal, an aspiration. And now something where countries then go subscribe to. We get different types of political makeup and political system. But in recent times, or within the last couple of years, especially within Africa, we they see in the 90s, we say, let's get this system where they give a lot more voice and space to citizens then for engage. And Sierra Leone, after the war, it opened. Of course, on the flip side, some harassment, intimidation, they come on. But the fact that so much space, there's some countries they not get that kind of opportunity here. The fact that civil society also gets some level of space for letting they come, they analyze issues, they sit with government officials, they do analysis, nothing the way we need for applaud. The fact that we have a couple of institutions, democratic institutions, where despite the significant challenges we then get, then still they stand the test of time, and we still they criticize them. I think say these are some of the things that we need for say, yes, we don't do well, and most importantly, we're able for all we democratic elections within a multi-party framework. Of course, then they shrouded with so much challenge. But the fact that we're able to forget them, some countries then they now just one person they see on and on and on. They suppress all forms of opposition. In fact, I think there is a country in Africa. I think it's Benin or one country where somebody they explained to me yesterday. They say the president when the incumbents don't among all the other opposition, don't give them court case, don't disqualify them. So now anyone go just stand the election. But in as much as we they get challenged, those are things we've been able to achieve. And I think say there is room for improvement, but would they make some progress on side and would they get challenged in some side?
All right, continue for the with we. Valnoya Edwin, in your opinion, that's where you talk about 20 years of multi-party democracy in a Salone. In as much as all of us don't talk about the progress, even the politicians will talk to some amount of progress we don't be. But we also get tit for tat politics where they carry on. In when President Koma take over from Pakaba, himself we do Commission of Inquiry. And we see Commission of Inquiry now back under the SLPP. And also when the SLPP be the campaign, one thing where they talk about now the issue of politicians being heads of institution, and also when APC come, they sack some people them now their offices, and we see it the same happen now the country now. Mr. Lavalila can to you, tit for tat politics now the country where they go on now. What do you think about that?
Thank you very much. And let's talk to APC and SLPP supporters on this particular topic. And I go and start with the very constitution and the party constitution and the aims and objectives. I could just read a few. If you watch the APC constitution, in fact, it's structured around articles. Article 3, when are the objective and the philosophy of the party say, they say and they ensure say everybody, every region, every tribe, every group, they actively participate in the administration of the state. Anything where they talk now, if you party know they do them, you for go ask you party that question. Say why you know they do what you don't agree to. Then say the second one, they say then go foster unity, friendship, reconciliation among all Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of tribe, creed, religion, sex, ethnic origin, etc. I don't go read all, but if you come to the SLPP constitution is structured around clauses, and clause 3 in the talk say, one of the articles they talk say, They say they go cooperate with political parties. In fact, they say they go cooperate with political parties within and outside of Sierra Leone in the struggle. You know, say this now all now be independence party in the struggle for self-determination, good governance, protection of human rights, and elimination of all ethnic conflict from the continent. They say, in fact, they will support UN in various agencies of the international to promote peace, socio-economic development, and establish and the establishment of human rights. SLPP say they will unify all ethnic groups in Sierra Leone.
We see them here in the manifestos they happen.
You talk about tit for tat, and when you watch dismissals, you mentioned dismissals, like Alassane Kanu. I think so. Una Salone people all begin name names. Alassane Kanu was decentralization, director of decentralization. About 5-6 months ago, he was sacked. Emmanuel Gaima was director of decentralization. About 10 years ago, he was sacked. So now the problem. When you watch today, the anger we did because of them thing and the way they happen, or they do we self, we they focus so much on hurting one another. JJ Safa, the Minister of Finance, JJ Safa been get appointment letter for teach Nanjala University College. Then withdraw in letter because they say now SLPP Secretary at the time. The same with Rado Soare. So if we take them in to governance, it go bring problems. So in fact, now that make the biggest argument with the see now. How do we draw the line? How we go get people like Mandela who go talk say, me don't come on a jail, now this all they don't do me. But it get for stop so that the country go before. So the tit for tat and this idea now we turn this. Now be they don't turn down the we back now we don't turn this. If this not end, it's a problem. Where the President Bio go na SLPP office, we see a lot of SLPP supporters. They were angry when I see the clips that wouldn't go out. You know why they been angry? They say the president not sack people they hate enough, so that then will get job. Because then when they become trading, so they be sack them, and so they be sack people. So at a point in time, we get for ask yourself, and after 20 years of independence, we get for ask yourself, say, now is this the system we need to uphold, or we need for change the frame?
So the issue of Tonangi politics, now who that we think say responsible? Is it the president then where don't they come, or the people them where they work in different institutions then, or the advisor them working to the president? And because if you're not a head of state, you want to take certain decision. Yes, you can consult, but at the end of the day, now you get the final say.
You know, we don't create a system where people can what they call the entitled and they are aggrieved. Depending on the system, some people can feel entitled, and when that system change, they become aggrieved because they know they get again that maybe that center stage or that access where them we get. So it's not about president or people; it's the system we'll get. And the Salone, past we look at this system we'll get. It fits Mendeman, it fits Timniman, it fits Creoman. Until and unless, perhaps you right way they talk about leadership, because every change where they happen, now leadership now go talk say, you know it's in this direction here, now fine for lot take people for let change happen.
All right. I will come to Valnora. I will come to you, Joe, later. But I come to Valnora on the same tit for tat politics and waiting them be they do versus waiting they have for do. Sorry, what they call the Alassane Kanu and Emmanuel Gaima's example where Mr. Lavali starts. But let we look at institutions also where can be headed by politicians. Like NATCOM, for example. I remember the former chairman, we see a huge cry from the SLPP say, Nabi party person. But we see when SLPP come, another, senior party person, then the chairman, not the same NATCOM. But in the past, they be condemned that act. And also the different sack, them we go name names of names now. Plenty of people when they sack during when APC take over, and now SLPP self they do them. When we go stop, when the line go be drawn, and they accept say indeed they want that they be sack, we self don't sack, but we need for stop now.
So we get a Sierra Leonean problem, and me know they ever degenerate then concerns there to an SLPP or an APC discussion. And when we continue for do that, we not go ever come off from this web we don't create for ourselves. We have a very serious Sierra Leonean problem, and I just look at the recommendations them of the CRC committee, where one of the things them in section 4.10 we say for add patriotism, because now that just not there. We they find out say when people then go into the political framework of political parties, it they appear like they are there just for themselves and then cronies, rather than for me and you and for generations to come. It appears they not seem for understand say when the election, the political party now just the framework through which like democracy they call, where people then able for make a choice that, oh, I don't hear C4C, I don't hear APC, I don't hear SLPP, I don't hear Unity and all the other parties. Based on waiting and say, I don't see say this one now really go meet me aspirations as a citizen of Sierra Leone. And when you can't sit down, you win the election at the executive level. Your responsibility now for take care of everybody. Your allegiance is not to your political party. But one of the challenges they will get to democracy 20 years on, the kingmakers then self want be part of the mainstream politics. And I make a say, like, you don't know if we really they understand them process. In more advanced democracies, the kingmakers and then at the back, sometimes you don't even know them. They know they come forward for say, when you say I don't support you, I give you money, now me go talk to them, you people them, now maybe make so you win. Me, you they make me Minister of Defense, you they put me in which is what we're having. The kingmakers usually then at the back and continue for push for make sure say good strong policies there are enforced. But because we they get kingmakers them, the way they with the person we win the election, then they come and begin say, well, where I don't win, so I've been there behind you, look at me, they cost you, they know me want you. So once you don't where you there, you forgive me this position. That is why we are having that. And sometimes we can feel say really that person we sit down as head of state get all that authority. I don't think say that they can be the case. Like I said, the kingmakers, the people them where they are in party, in even advanced democracies, they can be even more powerful than they are, because now then they dictate the pace. So now the challenge that we get.
All right, Madam Edwin, we will come back to you. Let's just come now over to Jabas Bangura. Yusuf, we ask the same question to you. The issue of tit for tat, Tonangi politics, where we don't see that happen at the country for the past 20 years now. When you think say we forgot the line for stop them?
So first of all, I want to tell you waiting, I think, for just add to it to my colleagues then I'll say, in terms of waiting at the root cause. So I said, this is something I've said sometime in the past year. Scarcity and inequality always been on the way to it. That means say, from where them born away, things not always do. You get more people than things where they go around, than space, than food, than everything. The root cause is scarcity. And because everybody wants to forget things where na their house, na their land, na their own place, na their own work, na their own and job, it drive scarcity, they drive self-interest. For make everybody wake up every day and say, how do I secure my own position? It starts with scarcity, self-interest jump in. And a self-interest na in jump na politics, we make politics stand like items. So if you don't deal with this issue of self-interest, you can never deal with it. What do I mean? For example, now that, okay, I don't work in the morning, I want a job. And the only way they able to get this job, 6 other person that wants this job here. So first of all, the first thing they do now for leverage and outer, the first outer alliance who I get my family. Do I have any family members who connect with somebody who connect to where I can use for able to get this job? So I'm spreading my alliance, so I'm building my family alliance, but not for my self-interest at the end of the day. So I tag along any two of these family members I did one. Sometimes so you get the job, we not get them. Sometimes the team big. When it's bigger than family, ethnicity they come in. So who that did my tribe way because it's about competition for this scarce resource.
All right, but Joel, the tit for tat politics, it actually they happen.
It happen, of course. It happen, and I'm on for tell you, it happen. I'm telling you, waiting the cause.
Okay.
It's because it's coming from self-interest. Everybody, and by the time we end this program, my own role, I'm not just here as a motivational leader, but I'm also here in my capacity as a minister of the gospel, as a pastor. For able to say it's down to it, because you know what, when you not get your family coming, then they ethnicity. I use people, they use politics, then they use ethnicity, then they use anything, then they use now for their own self-interest at the end of the day. So when you go up on politics, I agree to Valona 150%. This not to APC business or not to SLPP business. Now go 1959 or Usten ever them form this party. Now go change their name. Now give them C4C. Now give them NGC. We would have been here 2019 and the same would have been happening because it's not about the name of the party. And
but now the people that they make, now the people that they make the party.
It's we, it's yes, now the people. So now we they
so
bring.
What's be wrong if the president become say no law wait for let the country just be peaceful and go on forward.
The voice don't begin sound around the table now. Say everything then a president be in court. Like Mandela jump na power, he sit down at the seat, then punish until then do all kind of thing. He said, we're gonna State House. First of all, the wait man then pack them box for go. Watch Invictus. He said, I they give everybody the opportunity for make their own choice. If you want to work with me, I they with you. But I will not ask anybody for leave the State House.
Right.
But here, the self-interest, because when we can have power now, we want to know, okay, it's about the next election. So how do we protect ourselves? Okay, let's clean around, we make sure say we are sure of everybody where they around we, bam. And that's where the problem begins and where they lead to all of the things. So politics is used by people for their own self-interest. And I want to prove it by the time we end this program. That is all about self-interest.
All right, 7:57 at the time from the studio clock. We get with studio guests them. We get Andrew Lavalley, Joe, Abbas Bangura, and Valnoa Edwin. At the come to you, Andrew, many a time when they get guests them, when they talk about topic or different thing, the issues them, two institutions they always come out strong. One are the Salone Police, two and three, the judiciary and also Parliament. Now for Parliament, before now, we'll get background meeting before we do this program. I understand say the clerk of Parliament, for example, before 2007, now a clerk, a retired civil servant, we not to be politician per se. But we see a change inside President Koma in time for choose politician as clerk of Parliament. And so we see the same thing happen in the SLPP. So now what's it go for happen when they go, for example, like the chaos we can most times be in a Parliament? How would change this for say? Some positions are, for this kind of level of people.
Again, I agree with Val and Joe Abbas. Extensively beyond the institutions and they, where you watch. Like, for example, the NATCOM, at the Council of Parliament, the NATCOM thing will be talk about, so you say politicization of institutions. If we just see forensic audit report, we look at NATCOM, for example, because the way politics is financed and way they take politicians and put them in a position, Salone, you be Mendema, you be Team Liman, then go fleece you. You know the benefit. You be Creole, it doesn't matter whether a Creole president or Mende president. You know the benefits. So now that make all of this thing how they talk about tit or tat ethnicity in not in the interest of the average Sierra Leonean. The interest of the average Sierra Leonean are for let institutions they work. And now that bring me to Parliament. Parliament, now for oversee all waiting government they do. If somebody want no one for be accountable, waiting you would need now for let Parliament weak. Because the Parliament will account to her. And one of the ways where Parliament, you go make the Parliament weak, now where they do appointments. So that all the people that within a Parliament where they work there, then go be loyal to you. So they not go question you. Pakababin say the Constitution give them powers for their appoint. Of course, both President Bio and President Julius Maada Bio, they not do wrong for talking and they appoint clerk because the Constitution empower them for appoint clerk. But because the clerk for be neutral, the clerk now for make sure say as APC as SLPP in a neutral way and the agenda will they set and the scope will they give to the party there in neutral. So now that make as per tradition now civil servant, in fact they are not retired. You get Carpenter we've been there, after Carpenter you get Victor Kamara. Then after Victor Kamara now they will begin to get appoint politicians. And if me appoint me then a party appoint me party as clerk. That clerk they go for me.
Okay, I mean the speaker then and then I retired judge also.
The speaker. The same thing will do that. Now the same changes. I remember Valnora they go and they protest. Over feds. In fact, when they protest with the fed, then you civil society and they say that party, the opposition they support, just because Parliament should not be positioned for ask questions. Yeah, so I think saying that.
Well, we will come back to now. We're not going to make some money. 8 o'clock now the time from the studio clock.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You no need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
You are an innovator. We want bring change. You get passion and zeal for do something. Anytime you there, we dey look for you because you time don't come.
Salone Cable Limited believe the Tkenkwe technology and innovation get for make business and economy grow and tin up Tkenga one for development we go come with money. And Salcap they launch for the first time, then Tech Startup Challenge. For you we want be part of this program, now for send you business idea and tin them what you sabi make, for tap the problem them inside book learning, well body business, agriculture and energy. Send your application to startup at salcap.sl. And member say, May 15 na the deadline for all application. For no more, call 079 923 524. The number again is 079 923 524. Salcap, connecting innovators to endless opportunities.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and don't forget today we dey ask the question after over 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone don't go before or they go behind. And when I know say we don't talk to the studio guests, them on self they follow the conversation na Facebook and self na we YouTube page. I come over to Madam Edwin now and they ask them the same question we get for do with Parliament where they look at, for example now. If they don't use for be retired judge, they be the Speaker of Parliament, the clerk they be a civil servant. But we will see this don't take a change where now people were active in politics, don't they hold them position here? Waiting it mean for the country?
It not mean very well at all, because waiting we see where the last government may they do extensively, and unfortunately it seems for the rub off in this government now state capture, where in fact waiting they see when a political party win the executive, everything get for shroud around the political party. Will not they get a government way for encompass various people, professionals. Yes, you go get the areas then where the politician then go come. But they say the party they dominate every side, and even when you they talk about what is happening to the judiciary or the police and other institutions that were supposed to be independent, then they get a rub off of this party influence, job security, cronyism, sycophancy, liberalism, and these are things we don't they talk over time. So waiting we see, we were here in this very radio democracy, and I think some of them say on a need for the player. Let people then see say we made a noise about these things, and the unfortunate thing they see the same thing they continue for happen. The APC MP then start up with that this issue of having a retired judge not helpful. How the judge them, especially the particular speaker we been there at that time, Justice Abel Strong, you know, respect them. They talk so, you know, waiting serve them. We tell them you can't do that. You need for make sure say that position they remain independent. You need somebody where he don't rise above board, he don't get no stake, he don't make a name, he don't need nothing, and he don't go tarnish in character. Now then push for that, the other party agree. Then self me make say they all agree, then change her. So we then can say John Permine to win a John Rest. Now we they see so exactly. What we get for land, one deficit we get 20 years on, we not get good leadership. And if you look at the theories then where the Transcend Peace University they promote, then get peace-based leadership, where they show you what a good leader, what is supposed for they do, how they think, how they reason. Because decisions where you make, where you see them as a leader, it get for go beyond that you leadership day. And people that were in politics always get for members say, Eleka you did it, you get for going to opposition. Even in countries like Botswana or Gabon, where they say one party don't rule for so long, but even US you don't have the president, then they change you. You get for retire, you get for be ex-president. So the decisions you make, and it's not just about the presidency, wherever you sit as a leader, you get for members say, you get for commot day. And if you don't make good laws, good relationship, you not think outside the box. When you left, some of them the wrong decision the way you make, therefore can haunt you. And at the end we they see now.
All right, Valnora Edwin, we will come back to you. Over to you, Jabas Bangra. Waiting at you on take on this Parliament. We don't get retired judge, we be Speaker of Parliament, clerk, we be civil servants. Now we see a change. Now people we active in politics. They get in position and they waiting in me.
Reinforcing what has been said, it was a very I know say the American system of government. The American system of government now then the vote now from the members of parliament now then the vote, then Congress now then the vote for make them forget a speaker of parliament. So then get other checks and balances. We then get inside the system where they're able to hold things in tension. But the moment you get a speaker, when the political party put that speaker, they 9 chances out of 10 waiting they come na the floor. Is influenced by that speaker, and you know all the confusion in terms of who that vote, who's telling me for call by raise of hands and show of hands and then count and by ballot, and also one for do by voice acclamation and all the mix up. Then if you had an independent person with Dede, it helps. That's why you know to take referee and make a player. It wouldn't work. Because it's natural to human beings that if I get any alliance with anybody, that's why it's about conflict of interest. If I get any alliance, I am push any human being. That's big temptation to put the person for put another position there. We shouldn't allow. And so now the systems there, and I agree with you 100%. When you make bad law because now you did it, if that law they turn back for comfort you would regret. But so don't make law because now you sit on this. You don't make law because you get somebody in your mind. We are ability to make those laws. It's something I think we have to be bold enough. If we have to do it in the Constitution, let's do it in the Constitution. But if you want to be able to make sure 5 years from now we not face continuous tension, we have to be able to make sure we get then things then within our society with the all the tension together, all everybody together, so that when we self-interest and conflict, now the rule of law, then things that they would not set, now really they be the referee for.
Now a country like Salone, also as possible, so people don't attach you say you the party A, party B. We still get people who go occupy short-term position. We're not attached to any political party. We go influence in work at the end of the day.
Radio democracy in existence one now evidence say it's possible. And so as my salute you for this program today, it's an opportunity for bring strange voices. If I was a cabinet minister, I would not have the flexibility for say a lot of things what I want to say. My voice no longer matter, my thoughts no longer matter. You go to parliament, now you party in voice. You own personal voice, not like that making system where you can vote against your party. It doesn't matter. But we don't lose individual voice. So I'm saying it's possible. My own point in the studio is to be able to say, yes, it's possible. Let's build them and make maybe from this program today. Let's rally wherever they are. I mean, you talk to Safa Abdullah, Mina Northerner, let's fend the Southerners there. Young people, now we term this. Let's come together and prove say it can be done. Let's challenge with elders them. Right. We think say it's not possible. Let's prove to them it's possible.
Okay, Adikam, another issue where I don't think about now the issue of statesman. Somebody will go able for be the Desmond Tutu of South Africa. Sierra Leone actually gets a statesman will go able for call President Koma today. He say, like for example, I want you for go to that conference. Go there with all waiting they happen now. Go there. Or the person able for call President BOT, they say, come go meet with President Koroma. We get that statesman or stateswoman there now this country now, Vanora.
Well, me, honestly, the one person we come to mind as you ask the question is former Vice President Solomon Berewa.
Okay.
After he retired, I see he don't stand above board. He said the truth in the interest of the country. And like I mentioned, this lack of patriotism, I really don't bug we all. And me get a challenge when they can try for divide this country again into APC and SLPP. Like me, we sit down here. My parents, they know the APC, they know the SLPP, I know they exist, but they exist outside what I do. Right. So we get for stop for divide this country into APC and SLPP, and even for those who belong to these entities. There is a time where the country interest therefore rise above that party interest day. And I think former Vice President Berewa don't stand up on 1 or 2 occasions where he don't come out and say waiting at the right thing we're supposed for happen.
Joe Abbas, we get the statesman.
We've offended them. But apparently, part of this back and forth, talk to former Vice President Berewa. Now, Pakaba go take him 9 hours for cam. You know, so it go back to don't just go beyond when Pakaba and Berewa in a stadium. Someone Berewa say, if Pakaba not to be statesman, not to be real Democrat, he would have been president in place of Anis Bakoma, because there were several opportunities for making him for just jump in and just scuttle everything. Pakaba stand aside. So do we have them now? If then let them stand out. Let them, and that's what I'm saying.
But into your sense, you don't think that will get that possibly?
I don't know. Then they will not see them. Will not see them. But what you want to be like you, they say it's very important. Somebody has to pick a phone call. Call President Bio. Call Anis Bakoma. The two of them must be talking. They should be talking.
All right.
And I mean, they ask questions maybe from the last 3 months. And say for the last 3 months, and before talk to themselves.
And they come. I will catch about the role where President Kuruma suppose or in the capacity as former president for the planner, but like answer you on the same statesman. We get a person in a salon right now. We na statesman.
You know, statesmanship na possible get informal powers.
Okay.
In power no right any side, but people they know say get power. If
And
he talk to you and respect,
yeah.
if he talk to you, you know, obey him, there will be consequences. Sometimes people they know they give you legitimacy again. Say you they are no more at that position, but only respect you again. So, and then they know they can because they need to just cancel no more. People then get for struggle for be statesman. You get for stand for certain values over time. They say that man they will not say no they bend. Desmond Tutu it talk the true boku ten. But if you na pastor, you na imam, you make racketeering forget you land. Then you go na Ministry of Lands. When I go make some racketeering, nobody will consider you a statesman because you need to talk the truth. If you just file a collection na a church, nobody knows as a statesman. In the context of austerity and crisis, the people that with their voices and they stand, and they can be statesman. And it not can be age. It not can be age. It can be somebody who young, but they talk to this.
So we not get the point now. The statesman at the time.
We get the potential for getting boku.
So it means we really not get because when you think of let's say when you really say okay now this
you know the interreligious council, this they're not beginning to call Berewa. The interreligious council, we don't work with it extensively. You get people and with them voice, people they can listen to. So,
but other thoughts they say the religious leaders themselves are part of the problem. They see they're into more politics than ever.
Yes, and statesmanship really now how you sacrifice sacrifice the comfort for society.
So that means
we encourage them. You get for sacrifice the comfort because if the head of Muslims talk now, it's almost 70% of Sierra Leone don't talk.
Okay.
So you get for sacrifice the comfort.
So that means the country they struggle for a statesman. So now in law we cancel the role of former presidents in any country. I mean, Salone lucky now forget former President Kuruma, where they are alive and then another president they in office. Waiting at in role, no matter the APC, waiting don't do, waiting not be don't do. But waiting at the role of a former president in a democratic situation. I start with you, Vanora.
I think the point about being a statesman or woman in fact starts because you need as a head of state you need for rise above your political party affiliation, above ethnicity and regional biases where we see a lot within the African context and Sierra Leone in particular. Now they need for start where when there is a situation now you for able for pick up that phone for call the head of state or for call the religious people them and say, you know, we seem for they slide into a crisis, we're not helpful. You can even share your own experience and you're able for encourage them, say, we not get for down this road. This is the Sierra Leone we want. This is the path we need to go. You might be in another political party, but I think say some of them discussions, some of them processes, some of them are not healthy. But if, again, it just depends on what sort of relationship people then build over time. You don't show level of honesty even where you serve as a president. And as colleague, they say, you don't command that level of respect yourself as a person, even whilst you are serving the presidency, where the only reason sometimes where people let me go, they listen to you going forward now just because you're not the president. But where you left, all man begin saying, hey, better way come on, look what TB they do. So you have to weigh all of that. But a former head of state really get for be one of the group of people that way for identify as a statesperson.
We will take this commercial break quickly and come over to we other still get them for answer the same question. Let me just quickly take the commercial break.
Better don't come, better don't come. a Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme day. We branch and they all up but na Salone. Bokono kenema we dey. Kabala mabogo kakambia we dey. Jala Freetown Lone Star we dey. And my 91. Me and you. Union Trust Bank. Me and you. Union Trust Bank. Union Trust Bank na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and before we take that commercial break, Madam Edwin be the talk about in your analysis where be the give on statesmanship na Salone, and from your analysis where you give, we all know say we former President Nkrumah be in a power, na person where he talk, plenty people be there after waiting he say, and then be they do waiting he wants. From your analysis where you give, a rightfully we put President Nkrumah in a position as a statesman na Salone where we go expect say all waiting they happen, so you go pick up in phone, call President Bio and say this and these people they complain, waiting they happen at the country.
I think there are two responses to that. One, at some point, I believe say he had a good relationship with President Bio, and I think he need for capitalize on that, for if there are things that are ongoing, he able for talk to them, advice, and because of that relationship, they obviously we might expect President Bio for listen. On the flip side of that, instead of caught within a web of some of the challenges the way they happen, within the Commission of Inquiry, we all they look at some of the decisions the way the past government make when enemy they at the helm of things. So you go really one question whether they in that position for he able for come in, but I think say what he need for do because of in past relationship, and I should say instead say things really not they go right, and I should say President Bio instead say a lot of things not they go right, even if he day within the web speaking the truth about what the challenges are and waiting we need for do as a country for move forward. In fact, now that they make you a statesperson. So even if you get all the challenge, but you come out with the truth and say, yes, me, I not say myself contribute to this, but I think this is A, B, and C that we can do for resolve this situation. I think that would recognize you as a statesperson.
All right. So over to you, Joe. The whole way former President Nkrumah for the play now, well, taken from the queue of Valnora going up to being a statesman. Lucky him, he there alive whilst another president day. So which role if for play?
It's a difficult one. So you look at two roles, the role way for play and the role way them for allow for play. Okay. It's a tough one. How do you make party responsible? Then there's an accountability process where they go on with the accountability process. Don't make some judgments already. Where legally they don't pass verdict yet on those things, but the venom. If you're looking at social media, all the things so then they say. And imagine now President Nkrumah, you see that wearing suits, where he did not McKinney or wherever he did now, and they see them things, then so judgment have already been passed. So. It's a tough one, but like I said, Asma, I salute you for doing this program today. It's your responsibility to talk to them too, President Bio and President Anes Nkrumah, former president, to say we can still take the country forward. Who that then for all accountable? Let me get a system where the old people accountable. Now, when you do that in leadership, it saves even President Bio would be saved now because. I mean, Valnora is somebody pressures where people them when are in the kingmakers then they put by you, when are the decision, now in the drive what you they do. But your ability for everyone to say there is an accountability system now in place in this country where they make sure say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then they open up then things here and Nami go gets that bad name. The President Bio is insulated, he's empowered, he's now able to say no. somebody then at this office will keep them paper, yeah? And 5 years from now, they go pull them paper then. And so, part of what the good thing will happen in this country, when accountability rises up, you are even protected. Even if family now, what they can tell them for do this, you tell the Commissioner of Inquiry paper again. You say, read page 15. The person will be there, now minister, now this seat, now this, then they accuse them for. Right. You are emboldened, you are empowered for able to do that. So, but it's something where they should have both have the courage. Okay. It's tough, it's difficult, but President Bio and President Nkrumah for able to take phone, talk to themselves. Accountability can go on with making sure this nation is put on a sound footing for the future. So that 10 years from now, we'll talk about the next 30 years of democracy, we would do as a country, multi-party democracy. We would be so proud of ourselves. That's why I said, I laud you really for doing this program today.
You said that all two get the responsibility for do this, but also go start. What that force for start? What that for do waiting?
Again, let me tell you, there's a story in the Bible about Abraham and in nephew. Then they go on a journey. Abraham take and go. Then they go on this patrol. Plaba have come out between Ion workman them and nephew workman them. So Abraham have been a big person. Have been a big one. And he said it could have been Genesis 13. And he said, I big for you. Long no make plaba. You know me family picking. But I allow you to pick. Now, so maturity again, by age. Now the person where they get the courage for move first, in spite of the fact that. Maybe you say I suppose to get a higher ground, but in spite of my higher ground, I move go meet you and call and say for the peace of this nation. You would put Mr. Vera in story. I interviewed him before the elections, and when all the thing he did, 30 minutes after they announced an election where them don't tell and say they win. 30 minutes after they announced, now in picking phone call, he called President Nkrumah. For congratulating, he not even consulting party. I asked him in the interview, why didn't you consult your party? He said, what if them say no? What would I do? It's statesman par excellence. So I salute Paberewa. Sometimes you listen to this show and you get to pack near. But it's to say, salute, we have more, it's possible. Right. The person where they take the first step, now in the matured person, and it has to be courage, serious courage, not by age at all, but it has to be done for the good of the nation.
Over to you, yes. Lavali.
Then what you talk about a column? What you talk about a column being an adult in the room? Somebody get for be an adult. President Nkrumah, former President Nkrumah, he old past President Bio. He don't serve as president. They also get responsibility, but actually one person need for act. But waiting, you talk about whether President Nkrumah is a statesman, and this question they really go to President Bio. The way we would measure President Bio as statesman, we don't left. Now, how much McKinney get for appreciate him? How much Potloko get for appreciate him? Not to how much Kenima they dance for him. President Bio, Nkrumah, if he popular, let go Kenima. Let go Bo. So when they say statesmanship, now how people of all classes, they say, you know that man, if I cry, it doesn't matter. He go listen to me cry. And when you're in governance, that's what you do. And even minister can be statesman. If you did today, you go wrap your vehicle with, when they say for lawlessness, you go wrap your vehicle with black number plates. What is the show? So that picking with the high school. So you, if you really know, say your party don't do bad, then you can bold face it, talk say no, you not do bad. So you condone for falsehood, because it don't be saying out politics as if where you don't talk true, you're not a politician. Where you do bad, you admit it. Talk say, I make mistake. I should have done it better. You're not a politician. But now where they make bold-faced lie. In fact, they spin them. Not a politician. So statesmanship, it's a constant daily decision for let you do them. So we then comments and they ask me. I think so we'll go refer to them. Let them know if you're a statesman or not. Me expect say the kind of experience that President Nkrumah gets, if they add a lot of value to the governance of Sierra Leone.
The space stay for
all waiting, all waiting. No. Asma, let me say this: where you they be president, all the things somebody bang me now. If President Bio can bang me now, with a vehicle, I'm not able to see him because you know he's you president. But after office, I go hold on to account for that. You for always know that after office, then they hold you to account for that. So you get to be careful. In fact, I make the constitution they call and tenure. They just lent you and you hold them, not till you get country. You understand it? So whether I think say there's an argument that they know they give President Bio, former President Nkrumah space.
Okay.
But waiting for my President Nkrumah they do. Imagine if Beryl have been doing. Say me, even though me time done, and they still go make sure they are popular. Enough for govern. Enough for
so
waiting
former President Nkrumah they do now. We Beryl not do.
Beryl no one day retreat na Bo or na village. If a day they support them, a day they advise them. In fact, Beryl solve beaucoup problems between SLPP and APC. So we believe say President Nkrumah it's easy for him to become a statesman because if most of them thing if he just drop and down. In fact, all of this commission of inquiry. All of this commission of inquiry will just drop because Salone people and so magnanimous, they're so forgiving. So there is a call on both sides. There is a call on waiting President Bill do. There is a call on waiting how the former president back.
And there's this complication about your ability for being a politician and a statesman. It's a tight balance. It's difficult for be a very successful politician in the way we define them and still be a statesman because the requirements are different. Like this professor say, for be a politician. Now aim for win the next election. But to be a statesman, you aim for win the next generation. And there are times where you lost elections. You don't mind for lost the election so that you can win the next generation. So it's really a very, very tight balance.
All right. Well, you want to make comments?
Okay. I don't think say the location of the former president therefore affect in ability for being a statesperson. I think anybody consider any side. You can even be outside the country, but if you get a hat and rise above all the funny things here, you can still contribute and serve. And I think the Commission of Inquiry, quickly again, with a belittle like an APC and SLPP thing. It's about strengthening the public service. It's about understanding waiting at the dynamics, waiting at the gap, how offices could be abused, authorities could be abused. And I think we get for learn from waiting they come out there for let we inform this current system and moving systems forward. It's not about APC and SLPP.
You give microphone, I ask one question.
Okay.
No.
So, I ask one question. How does President Nkrumah in continuing active role where they play in a political party affect in ability for act as a real statesman? And how do that affect SLPP, their ability for getting space? Because now a competitor, they can give space. Active competitor, still active, still being involved in the party.
No, I think it's about the maturity. Namika, they say the maturity about with politics. Right. Because if the parties then they're interested about Sierra Leone. So even if you there in the opposition, you they lead a party, now you be done there before. There is nothing wrong with you coming to say, I have learned from that mistake I made. I see you making the same mistake. Let's work together to correct it.
All right, we go come back to now the issue about hate now, the way how people are to any small program self they do. You're not for jail all, no, not for make so. And the other people where they in the middle where for talk for the people in our CSOs, we see they all don't divide. We can't talk about that day, but let me go to other issue. Same on President Nkrumah and the whole way for playing at the country. Maybe. All right. Well, inside 2007, and it's by Nkrumah under the All People's Congress APC party been win the presidential election and self continue inside the 2012 elections. We been be in second term na office. Former President Nkrumah na be also chairman and leader na in party. Inside the 2018 general election, former President Nkrumah be say 3 months after the elections done, he go tap all politics business and retire. 1 year after this election, Usai Dr. Samuel Kamara lost to President Julius Maada Bio, former President Nkrumah continue for be chairman and leader for the APC. Waiting this mean for the country in democracy. Michael Sambola gets more and gonna report.
APC constitution not say if I go after an election. No. The constitution say you get 3 years.
Because I talk how many people them decide that.
Now talk but National Advisory Committee take a decision say let it continue.
Whether they look at the way President Nkrumah they try for continue forget the whole of the APC. Now only the future he may be looking at.
What's in the future?
That is for run again to be president of Sierra Leone.
As the National Secretary General for the APC party, Ambassador Usman Fode Ansane they say, now the highest decision making body na the party asked former President Nkrumah for continue as chairman and leader after in term na office as president done, served by all in 3 months after the election promise. The leader of government business, Honorable Sidi Tunis, they say Pan always in think say President Nkrumah na the main opposition leader na Salone now. He still think say he gets plan for comeback and team up as president. This come after one concern with political analysts them don't they make, but the role way former presidents them can get for bring country together, especially na transition period. So make we start with the leader of government business na parliament, Honorable Sidi Mohammed Tunis.
President Nkrumah for don't be a statesman where issues and come, all man go to for advice and things like that. But as I speak to you, as far as I am concerned, President Nkrumah is the opposition leader of Sierra Leone. He's responsible for everything that is happening in the APC at the moment. Now they give the directives.
So what's in the chain where they use?
Now, yes, I know they use. Simple as that. Look, the same APC from 2007 with President Nkrumah, Mikhail Masare, Ian Sane. These are the people who run the show. And that is the unfortunate part about our democracy right now.
President Nkrumah and I don't disagree on several issues. The APC Secretariat is an independent institution. Now we are in charge of the party at all levels. If you are a member of parliament, you are a member of the APC, answerable to the Secretariat. President Nkrumah, a leader of the party, he is the political head of the APC. I am the administrative head of the APC. The constitution of the APC is very clear. SLPP, what you make Pakabano continue? Because Pakabano to be leader of the SLPP. It is the ordinary people who said, no go it. Because we are confronted by a very uncaring government we want to destroy the party.
You've been listening to Ambassador Usman Fode Yansane, now the National Secretary General for the APC party. But the honorable leader for government business na parliament say where the member of parliament them, they under the party secretariat and they control wetin them for do. All them wahala in the inside.
If only they before left the MPs them for do wetin they ask the electors them, elect them for do na this parliament here. Trust me, everything will be okay na this parliament. When they look at the way President Nkrumah they go within politics, now only the future he may be looking at.
What's in the future?
That is for run again to be president of Sierra Leone.
They play a lot of dishonesty here because not anybody before Sam, it not been there under gunpoint, it not been there under knife point. The very day for elections, it talks in gains 3 months. Then after that, it go retire from active politics and go sit down. It present the pictures that say na something we be don't frame, it be don't work on, it don't already put the strategies in place. So for let it come back after the 3 months where it gains them overlap, even just a common member of the party raise and voice, at a disrespect to this nation because I will form a president.
You've been listening to Abdul Fatoma, the Chief Executive, Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, Chadi. Plenty political analysts them, where they look the political situation as Salone don't say, because former President Nkrumah be make difference now some people alive with the kind couple where it gives some, where some man one day see it, and safe some people where be enjoy overseas trip through the former president. Make them people here still loyal to the former president and believe say na that's not the former president in Troncard now. But remember where the leader of government business talk say it look like former President Nkrumah in action. Look the point back to the presidency where the 1991 constitution no look talk about. So make we join the APC National Secretary General again.
The fact is President Nkrumah believe in this constitution. The constitution say 2 terms, whether concurrent or not. He don't obey down there, he don't retire. But he deserves his own respect. As soon as he gets that, he will recede to the back burner. We can assure him of that. But what is wrong? If it is interpreted that after this term he could come back, what is wrong about that? I mean, if that is their own interpretation, but we own interpretation, 2 terms he has served and he has ended, handed over power.
Plenty opposition people, plenty time always concerned say President Julius Maada Bio and in government look the one after former President Nkrumah for put in a tight place.
When President Bio took over office, he and President Nkrumah, they don't talk at least 2 or 3 times. The last time when President Nkrumah they travel out of this country, he called President Bio. He tell and say they travel out of the country. The two of them discuss him, and he had all the protocols and everything according to him. He traveled out of the country. But guess what? When President Nkrumah left the country, he go complain say President Bio want for arrest him. I mean, how can you do that to a friend? They want for arrest them.
Maybe because now the feeling people already communicate to him.
But did he call President Bio? Now, other heads of states in the sub-region, now they ask President Bio. President Bio said, I don't know about that.
Then two they meet. Even believe say with that, they go work together. But President Nkrumah say anytime he go there, if he complain about the way how they treat the soldier man the way we did to run, the policeman the way they to run, they say he will say I will take action. IG will call you, IG will not call. These are issues where President Nkrumah said as former head of state, if you say the current president being forgiven, the respect and address some of the issues there.
As some people they argue say President Nkrumah for done the out now and give other people a chance so that other political leader them go respect them. But now, because they think say they all dey inside politics, respect no dey. Other people they say the former president still popular na the party, and the kind way how the party been divided after the election. Na the only person we get the strength for build the party again and bring the member them together for the Society for Radio Democracy. Michael Sambola.
Right, well, the time from studio clock this morning at 8:38. What a shock yesterday, Usai, Liverpool win 4-0. This night indeed a miracle we happy yesterday. Although I understand saying a still game, but a still game. But congratulations to all the one they support Liverpool. As we see the amount of flooding on social media yesterday as people they celebrate, even though I support them because of me one and only Salah. Well, even though you not play, but congratulations to Liverpool. We continue the program. I know say Joe want for excitedly talk, but relax and enjoy this music as himself I think support Liverpool yesterday.
Well, I support it.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's take this music. We'll come back. Song there by Lady Philly inside the Lady Felicia inside the program Good Morning Salone. Salone we own and we get for as one inside the program Good Morning Salone. Well, live work about this morning we the big and call on China Aid, even though they do very brilliant work around the Regent area. 4 hours na traffic for go, 4 hours na morning for come. It's really tough. They will advise that them book na nets for ease the traffic because no bypass no they pass that one road. Again, President President's bill, you get for pay attention to the Lands Ministry. Lots and lots and lots of complaints where we get from the Ministry of Lands. We continue with the program, and the studio guests they will can talk about the issue within the Lands Ministry.
All right, plenty thank you, Mama Wakabot, for the update. All right, now we continue for look at the topic where we get today. Now after 20 years of multi-party democracy, if Salone they go before or they go behind, we don't look at different sector them. We don't talk about different thing them. We get to do with the same topic. Let we look at now the civil society space, where we believe say civil society for the people, where for the advocates, for the betterment of everybody. We see how the civil society be vibrant during the term of former President Koroma, but now plenty people on the complain again say even the civil society themselves, people belong to political party where they make some of them not able for talk now, where certain things they happen where the public wants for let them talk about. Waiting it mean for let civil society them begin bend to political party instead of putting the interest of the people before. I start with you.
Why not me? They start with
I start with you, Angula Valley, because you're a civil society activist.
You know, this poverty and something. The poverty in the civil society, they make a lot of people they're not the falla than respect. And well, some people then get skills for beyond the civil society who forget get funds for take care of their family. So there are certain things they know they go down to. But most of the things are poverty. Civil society in a person way they take issues to government. Civil society, they replace government. Now opposition, they replace government. So if people know they get water, and they can't team up and talk about the water. But the moment you come out from issues, you go to what they call political point scoring. So you try for score. Either you try for let you get the person, you try for support a particular the government in power, or you try for oppose them. So I think saying that one day, the same thing will don't happen to the state like SLPP, APC level. That same way they go down to civil society and the media as well. So me feel say one of the things that we normally do, or most the activities what they do, we go on radio so for let we educate the public. We go on radio for let we put pressure on government like what thing happen so what would they do so. Where for example we get issue with the census process, me come on Moyamba. I not take and say I dey advocate for Moyamba people. I take and say we get problem with the census. The country fine. And we not do census report I can't see done on 98.1. I share the report 3 weeks with Statistics Sierra Leone. So the first thing civil society they do, now how they make sure first the person where they now the seat, what they call it driving seat of policy, in know what thing they talk about. If you not do them, you can't radio. If you not do them, in fact, now you can't radio now because you want combined public pressure. You educate the public, say this is the problem. This person are waiting authority for let's solve them. You know they do them. But like they say no more. One of the this division we don't be. You know, say you get some people where they feel say trade they be entitled. But now they are not entitled anymore. We don't see civil society people. We don't see now where they count election results. Some civil society they even run away come on in this country because they feel say then go feel the outcome of the election. So now that space day for let civil society operate. Space day, nobody may talk say today they don't arrest me. Yes, they can do intimidation, but we compare to other countries. Space day for when we publish census report, I see a lot of banging on me. But right. You get for stand for what you stand for. And I they take this opportunity back. The thing where some people they talk about Marcella, the thing where then with somebody with the reaction to Marcella free for let talk what you want talk. If it talk in a way where you not like, you self can't talk what you not like, but for let you go begin to mischaracterize them all over. I think say it's an affront to free speech. So, but all landed they boil down to positions where people then they take because of their wallet. I think saying that one day now we need for.
Let's take the same question to Valnora Edwin. You served on the civil society space for so many years. Now we don't decide the civil society they go to the country. Waiting you take on the issue of civil society, waiting they do now or waiting they supposed for do.
So the issue again is a Sierra Leonean problem. A lot of people them not they be professional. Would they see that in the civil service? Would they see that in the public service? So they permeate the entire society. We even talk about, if we get state people, we talk about the religious bodies them. A lot of people they're not they be professional in the field where they're supposed for they, and civil society are part of that. So it's rather unfortunate say then way for be, I can call them, maybe we are like the power brokers, because we suppose you could be individual, you can be organizations. It can be formal and informal, but we key role. Now for make, if there are certain issues, even within your own locality, you can stand up, engage the relevant stakeholders for create that change. It could be from a very small level to a very big level. But unfortunately, people don't get distracted by this entitlement thing of now we turn now. And this conversation, it really get for stop. Because, you know, they be very useful to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, now we all get them. And we all, either we come up from the east or the west or the north or the south. Now they will just get for come up. Elect Usa you day. Even if you go there, na Antarctica, if you still na Sierra Leonean, you get for commerce on side originally. So that spirit they na unfortunately were inside the civil society sector, where that level of objectivity we suppose for they see people and they come forward, but that level of objectivity we suppose for they it seem for they dwindle. And I think say, even if we talk about the issue of intimidation and harassment, not so even today we start, not so today they start. We just get for remain focused. And but most importantly, as my colleagues say, nan affront to free speech. People and get for stop for attack person. If you not like waiting the person, say you can't talk your own. We all they give analysis because we get Salone at heart. We want let Salone improve. If you not like waiting, I say, okay, you self come. Now make we can a broad platform like this. We not gonna corner. We can a broad platform like this. We share what we face in our ways as a nation. We can move forward. If you don't like it, you self come. Say no, I no agree. Now so me feel say Sierra Leone they move forward.
Right. In fact, there is a deliberate attempt for letting them divide civil society.
By who?
By political parties. I mean, Valnora, they keep saying this. Not. It's really
through which means,
like for example, there are times where people can get them preferred civil society. Like for example, if you ask Ibrahim Tommy, if you ask me, you ask Safa Abdullah, there is no time where the previous administration invites we say una come. Like when they make a constitutional review process. Ibrahim Tommy, now one of the biggest organizations on the rule of law, he was not invited. So if then so that are the way they take.
So why?
Because politicians they know one for face tough questions. They talk say no more this why they go face, and then it not get nothing for do with tribe.
Okay.
If I no say, so if we get this kind repeat, say no, Mr. I don't come, Mr. They create me on civil society, it not go ever done. So it's still even in the civil society realm and the media realm, you go still get tit for tat.
All right, over to you, Joabas Bangura. What's your take on the position of civil society?
We have to develop the maturity for take criticism. In ordinary agriculture, even at us, people, if I let you, us, we self begin tell you, say, that way we behave to me so yesterday, and all like, na na front. In ordinary agriculture at all. So, now they make they build God out of we leaders them, because we not use able for constructively say, Pa, you do this fine, no, but yeah, so I think say need adjustment. Anybody would want anything say in our opposition. And so we ability for you to get to the point where we would, and again, I see some of the posts we then post against Marcella, just couching them and say you are defending whatever, you don't take in the side of the opposition whenever they make those things. So we have to get to the point, agree, and again, it's maturity. We are educating ourselves, we're encouraging ourselves, all of us. Let's get to the point where we would talk on issues and we would accept people their opinion and their opinion, come say we own, and just the maturity. We not use for criticize we leaders at all. Not to anybody who support government, they for government, not to anybody who say something they go wrong, they in our opposition. You know, we have to be free and get the ability. I clap for 1,000 two presidents, and I have to be able to get the ability to be able to say, Pa, in a respectable way, I think say we need to fix this.
All right.
And not be treated as opposition.
I think say no time no ever do for discuss national issues, because we get a look at the national conference. I don't think so get much time again. AGR they call, and other society they call for postponement, and also we get a look at waiting now going forward for Muna. And now the land, if we not be careful, we'll get for be issue in this country, because we don't see the way how the land issue they go right now. I'll start with you, IGR. You know some of the issues there. So now one week, if particularly interested in they do the work. Lands, Ministry of Lands right now. Now a problem if President Bill not intervene in it. You agree with that?
Well, not to just me agree with we don't get a research, the recent biometer will ask citizens then. In fact, 10% of citizens across country, especially in the Western area, if you blow down the up in the Western area and a big number, then talk say land grabbing is there on the increase. It's a problem. So, and land, now the thing and the way they define you, whether you're in a part of the country. So if somebody can't talk, say this land where you get, not so you get them, it's a problem. If you check between the two political parties, I start just now for say the previous APC administration, they actually developed the land policy, I think by 2015. SLPP even quote them, say that land policy they can't implement them. Government is continuity. So I don't think say in the 21st century, 2019, you go get a minister who go carry bulldozer per land. I think say that the policy will implement. So that one day is bad. It's condemnable the way we carry out if I go to ACC, the amount of cases them where they be to ACC, I say the bar association, I believe saying that something where if it don't grip everybody in attention. Even in my office, I get 4 land cases then in my office. My colleagues they no more talk say this person they don't go tamper with my land. Because me grew up in the south, people in the take and say are familiar with ministers. No, go talk to that person there for me. Go talk to them. So we really need to see how we implement the land policy.
All right, Valnoa, the land issue right now.
I think so. I really want to applaud the Bar Association for the letter because I associate myself with the issues the way they raise and the concerns them. I think say the Ministry of Lands need for rethinking strategy. They go begin harass, intimidate people and for their land. There are processes that needs to be followed. And we don't get this conversation about harmonizing the land tenure system. Because if you go harass person, say why you forget 100 acre or so land, we don't get from 1960 something. I don't know say whose law they say and again paper. I don't know whose law they say enough forget them. And if even you want to address them, there is a way you go about it. So it is something that institutions then, who is relevant, whether it's the president himself, whether it's the chief minister, need for really put and down and make it follow the procedure, because these are things where they bring discontent. This is not thing where can threaten cohesion. They bring draw. They make in action. They make a lot of people and they feel marginalized, and people and they fed you. They wonder whose institution they go because of the thinking that everywhere is wrapped up somewhere. People they don't know. Do I take it to court? But I'm glad a few people and they rise up and say what they do wrong. This is my land. I have my documents, and they fight them. But I think it's an advice to him that that's not the way you want for. Even if you need for go reclaim government land, that's not the way you need for this. Let we harmonize the land. The western area is the smallest area in Sierra Leone. Look where land and the big other side, where I sure say for be state land. If government need land for do something, go to the other parts there of Sierra Leone and go take their land and do it in a more professional and democratic manner. Your citizens are not your enemies.
Joabas?
Add to the Bar Association and voice, there's law where they show the process where they give person land, we get a paper. If you want to pull the land and the person hand, you have to follow through those process back. Go chase the thing right, lawyer right the person, can you appear, but go in with bulldozers. I will just want for salute.
So I can't, but in presidents in recent statements na parliament. Now one of the ministry we applaud.
They commended them for doing
so
that.
much for, which means he's in support of whatever the minister they do.
Well, now make we do the biometer. We don't want for them in the situation. We say, for example, people kept complaining about the education ministry in the last administration. Till to the point it became a crisis. So every year, with the toxin that this not the score. You understand that? With the toxin that this not the score, and it get for be as objective as possible. There is a limit, the extent we can go. So if people then they complain, then the president say no, this not my best person. I think say
you don't see a clip of her when they go bust one pan body, they all bulldoze I did dance.
No, I don't see that one.
All right, but it's a crisis because Radio Democracy they get complaints every day about the lands ministry.
So as civil society activists, as we still look at this issue of land business, as Salone this moment now for reclaim government land them as a country, we want for focus on or issues we get for do it. Salone people and interest?
You know, I read some interesting piece. I think say this was here we write in Maryland about a land na beach where it's one Chinese they don't with surfer. So in fact the person they talk say coltan dede. It's a mineral dede. So the land question you say in fact they can't give Chinese. If we not take care of we land, if we not sit down really we discuss them, it's a problem. Even me being a land victim, land grabbing victim, upline, not to free to no more. 105-acre land, you get serial rutile. If they talk, say, I take this, I won't pay. In fact, I recognize another person. Land rights is tied to citizenship. So when people in they talk about not to tea for joke with, we they begin to see now groups then, even ethnic associations, they don't begin to talk, say, we are threatened, and especially minorities. So now that make a fine law look at the land question critically as a nation. In fact, me they recommend strongly. That one of the reasons who they call say, let we push the conference go beyond self. Now for let all groups then get an opportunity for go share identity and let's sit down together.
I just want to ask on that question. The National Conference get for Campaign to Humanity for on the 23rd or so, and then with CCSOs they ask for make they change the dates. How long I think say they for change the dates?
I think they have to. The main reason why I endorse that view is because if they can't say, you they organize that sort of conference because there are challenges where you need for discuss. But the key stakeholders have to be at the table. You know, they go discuss South Sudan in fact, and then all the key players, then all day you go talk to one person. It's not going to make any difference. So the key stakeholders they need for they at the table, negotiations then for don't even begin start behind the scenes, and as we they identify all the small pocket issues there of land, of groups of people where they feel marginalized, of the political settlement issues, of some justice issues, some small conversation them for don't begin they happen. And the conference is not an end in itself, because beyond them a lot more work needs to be done. So myself endorse say we wait a little while until some of them groundwork here has been done. They open the space for more people and for add their voice on how it should be structured, and waiting for be the expected outcome, and then it can proceed.
Lavali?
Yeah, I think say I associate me with Valnora don't talk, I'm not able to repeat them again. I think say I associate myself entirely with what she said.
Okay, Joe, same thing.
President Bio in place in our history is so unique. Immediate been to Money 1, immediate been to Money 2. We usher the country to the position where we're there. And I think it's fortuitous that God would allow him, in spite of all the boss aid and all the things that they for make a live to the point where he would be given such an honor. A young guy at an age where he's dynamic. I see life. Each time he talks, he tell the person they talk from his heart. It's not to like say paper with an write no more for read. And so again, want to just appeal to President Bill. Cohesion cannot be legislated. We cannot have, yes, you cannot legislate and say, well, power now, everybody for comes, so logo sit on the place, so that Oda come and make. So would they listen to even the jingle where we been the place? So just now, the jingle was provocative because you want to be able to say the jingle when they do for announce it, for do the
walkout of parliament.
Yes, for the walkout of parliament, they add and they, because you want to just go back, be a father, be a father, be a father. There may be pressures around you for say, let's turn back, but be a Mandela. And really, I'm rooting for President Bio with all my heart for him to succeed. But some sweller, people need for just sweller small. And like I said, you say the other the elder in the room, the person who is ready for sweller the most. At the end of the day, the history remember, not to the one way to that, not to the one to that the most. Now the one way, but all waiting and do, and we say no, let's hold this country together. And it then a president Bio in 8 now in beginner. So again, I join the thing. We can postpone this a little. We can just bring the voices together and say, don't push on 1 week, let's push on 2 weeks. All them voices there with it. Can we bring ourselves together? Let's see. You cannot legislate this because I don't put it there. Everybody can get a power and any decision will take can be applied. It wouldn't work.
So looking beyond now the Bintumani 3, from the question we don't ask today, we can wrap up the program. Waiting at the way forward. I'll start with you again, Andrew.
The way forward are the new direction.
Why
the new direction, because we don't see all sides.
New direction as in
new direction as in SLPP manifesto, but new direction as in a new direction. That means say if you go this way, you see it wrong. How you turn back or talk say this way now the right way. Not to how many road you make, not to how many school you build, but how you dey take the society being say, no, this way is wrong, let go so. That leadership, like waiting we dey try for cultivate really now the new direction. We don't talk about tit for tat. Waiting go be new direction. How would they move away from tit for tat? We don't talk about parliament. Waiting go be in a new direction. How we get a system now where parliament they actually question the executive. And that way they even the executive they strong. Because they know say all what they do, I get forget scrutiny. So any government will not open itself to scrutiny, that government they always try for borrow solution from abroad.
But what does so, for the scrutinize the government where the civil society itself there is division.
The legitimate ground for scrutinized government and parliament. But if you go talk, Lord don't even talk about the tit for tat. If you go talk say no, Lord forget about the problem. This go take boss from China. Me said they go take boss from China. Or this go me said they go do this. At the end of the day, the solution to Salone problem, now that Mendy man, that team man, that Creole man, then they sit down, being together, they say, you know, this diamond I all get them. Law fences, law shape and fine, le Ghana man, Chinese man, na ya na we young Adam and Garden of Eden. Now God creates what we may feel say the first point, now the new direction. And if we get a new direction, we go to shift from what they call consumptive politics to productive politics. Waiting at consumptive politics, that politics where they say, you know, I don't campaign for you now. After the election, me I for go na Baramuya checkpoint. I want to work na NRA. Now this na they mean by na turn. If you get consumptive politics, like waiting with the see in a place like Rwanda, you they get performance contract to everybody. And that performance contract, not to contract no more state house they know. Everybody they know say, you waiting at this local council or you waiting at this ministry, this year na 10 culvert or 10 road they make. Now this money we don't give you for her. All man they know. If you not do when they sack you, then they talk say they sack you because you're not Lokoma or you're not Mendeman. So we get forget rigorous system for performance, contracting and monitoring, and that go make civil society will come in and make the advice. Civil society mix up. If any civil society we don't go to a government ministry, where they blackmail, talk to me, if you not do this, I will go talk.
All right.
Not even pay attention to them. I think my colleagues in one.
All right. Yes. So you, Joe, the way forward.
I must minister get 30 seconds, 1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, I get 1 minute. Make I say, I break down within. I say them for do productivity. Talk about consumption from the consumption stuff to productivity. There are a lot of things where I could see President Bio in policies. Then a lot of the things are very good on paper, and some already done. They take off. I don't want for even dwell on one day. I just want for something where I share with young person where them put in a big government position quite recently. I went to his office, we talked together, and I prayed with him. We knelt down together in an office and we prayed together. Amongst other things I do, I'm a pastor. Let me share this thing with every young person where they don't give new position. Na cabinet, na minister, you're a minister now, you're a member of parliament, you serve na MDA, they don't give work. I said something to this young man when now I'm for share to everybody, every young person. Will they listen today? Never forget what it felt like to be down there. Yeah. Never. I said to this person, remember the anger and vexation you used to feel about the injustices around you. I said some of the things that we've been writing na Facebook about how angry it was about university, about everything. Remember how you wish somebody could do something about it. Remember how you wish you could have the power to do something about it. That day you wished for is now here. The power you wished you have, you now have. What are you going to do with it? It's the big question. This problem not an APC SLPP problem. It's a people problem. And if we all hand over our heart, look at we come in Sierra Leone and across the board, northern and southern, it's not, you know, like I said, go back before independence, change them party as their name, call the NGC, you would have been back at the same point. It's those fundamental issues of self-interest, of patriotism, of putting country before first, not just mouth or for camera, but in reality. But do not forget the pain we use for fuel. We've been in a client town. They wait for taxi. They wait for puda. If you lost down there, you become a statistic. You don't add upon the problem in this country. Young people, we can fight together. You don't get the power now we've been pray for. Let's make use of it across the board to unite this country together.
Thank you, Joe. Valnora.
All over again in every institution. It not they work so. In fact, even in the US, they have a system where then they left at least one minister they left just for that institutional memory and carrying it forward. We not say let we do that in Ayao, but we just get for members. So we know they begin bring every new face, new people, new all thing, discard this, discard that. The good points are there. Walk along with it. This tit for tat government no dey help we. Because that last government mean do am, so me self get for do am. Because people have not been talking at the last 10, so wait to make them they talk now. It has to stop because it's not helping Sierra Leone. We get forget independence of state institutions. We don't talk about, you know, outside people then go waiting institutions they need for do. We don't talk about the judiciary, the legislature, the police, and all them things, and they have to be. They need to have operational independence for build public trust, because one thing about democracy, there has to be a space where when you are aggrieved you can go and you can discuss the issue. We also get for members say we get for depoliticize the public service. Right now the civil service and the public service, it seems for be more partisan past the politician and then self. We get for get professionals and people behave as professionals serving the people. And we also get for members say Sierra Leone, as we say now the Rion Garden of Eden. We are sitting on a gold mine. This now a country we get so much resources, equal distribution of resources. We don't mention I say the angry, the deprivation. It is stretch people there beyond their means, because if you just feel say now we for enjoy all of this. And I think the last point where I go mention is we get for really establish proper systems and processes when it comes to appointment and dismissals. When a new government comes, there has to be like a transition law. Now, my last comment where I just want to end with last one. You know, I think again, Kofi Annan don't give me motivation this morning for this program. So now I want quote. It says, it is up to you, I mean, it's, in terms of moving forward, it's up to you and the next generation, the young men and women in this room, to work towards deepening and sustaining the democratic ideal. It is your country now. It is your world. I hope I have convinced you that deepening our democracy is a crucial struggle, not just for future prosperity and peace, but also for our fundamental human aspiration to live as free.
Of the guests, especially that of Joe, Vanora, and Andrew, please keep up the good job, as this might help cushion the tension as the truth is being said without any favor or fairness. Well done, Asman team. You really have a great team. Well, we get more and more of the messages that I won't able to read, as you know the discussion be the go. But we will definitely find time we will post some of the concerns there on the Facebook page.
Well, now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salone, go left for now. Plenty thank you to the studio guests them, Joabas Bangura, Andola Valley, and Vanora Edwin for owner joining the program this morning. Plenty thank you again to the production team. Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Kromar produced the program. DJ Lava will give you technical support. Moses Kavra and Time Konasi live na Facebook and YouTube. Continue for listening to Radio Democracy. We get more updates at 12. We get Midday Show where they go on other current affairs. Program that one day, 7 o'clock we get news, 9 o'clock we get Waiting the Bee. So till we meet again, maybe welcome to get yourself a wonderful day.
Asma James to tell on plenty thank you. So the production team, kudos. Behind the scene we will talk.
Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, I hope so you don't get plenty information about us. So inside the program today, we look at 20 years of multi-party democracy in the salon and how the country don't go forward, or waiting we don't gain and waiting we don't lose. I hope so you will continue to listen to more programs so they come to you. Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Time right now for Mr. O'clock. At 10 minutes past the hour 9 o'clock, we now go on commercials file and bring you the morning commercials.
They causing confusion.
But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind of magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life, and extra yield cement we are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement at the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country.